Hi guys, Retro Tech Ralph here. I've got an unboxing and a review for you. Now, if you watch some of the other videos from lately, I've only just bought an N64. Sorry, 20 odd years too late for the party, but I've never owned one, never knew the problems with the controls with one, and I actually saw this. Didn't see this when it was out. I think it was it for backers when it was out to actually buy originally, but this is a couple of years old, I think. No date on there. We'll find out in a minute. Oh, there's a rip on the box. Oh well. But this has actually never been opened. This was actually, I found this on eBay. Wasn't very expensive at all. But when we get it open and have a look, it's the N64 Brawler 64 gamepad. Now, if you've seen the original N64 controller, it's on 3 arms. You either play it like that or you play it like this, and it's awkward, and it's not what we've eventually found as a good controller. I'd say the best one probably is either a PS2, because we've already kind of carried with that style, or maybe even an Xbox 360 controller. I have one on my computer upstairs, 360. I think they're absolutely brilliant, very intuitive, and this kind of similar to it. If you're an extra thumb pad down here, then maybe, but it doesn't. But it looks very much like a standard controller what we use nowadays. So let's get inside this. Like I said, I don't think it's been opened. The guy on eBay sold 4 of these, and he got, I think there was a red, a purple, a green, and an orange. And this was the cheapest out of a lot. This was £17. Works about $20, 20 euros. And for this, I think, unless it falls to pieces on me right now, I think this is probably one of the best bargains I've ever had. I mean, I've never. It actually fits for the N64 with the controller. Very funky, very neon green. Well, really nicely in the box there. So much so I can't really get it out. There's obvious designs, and I'll compare that to the N64 controller in a few moments. But let's go through this. Quite a long cable on here, very, very long cable. But one thing I noticed with this is very, very light. There's not much to this. Retro Fighters, product N64 controller, model Brawler 64. Now, when I saw this originally, it was at Blackpool Expo. Not 2019, but 2018, they were selling loads of them. And I never knew what it was. And I thought, well, you know, I've not got an N64 then. But looking around now and having the N64, it is very much, that does feel a lot better like a normal controller. Except the up, down, left, right buttons over here, and the A, B, start, clear, and turbo button. Oh, there's a turbo button as well. Down, left, right. So that's really good. Don't even really need to take this to pieces too much, to be honest. And there's a warranty sticker on there as well. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope that isn't one there. Definitely 5, and then 2 more inside, like the original one as well anyway. So you can fit a rumble pack memory card as well. So it's very much similar to your original, but with a better joystick pad on there. Very much like an N64, not N64, the Xbox 360, or the PlayStation. Actually, it's very much like a PlayStation, but with the cutouts on here for straight, left, right, well, left, right, down. So it goes straight to where you're supposed to want to go to. Like I said, this does feel light, which is I don't know if it's a problem, but I don't know. Let me compare it. Let me get the other one out, and then we'll even compare it and have a little bit of gameplay as well on this and see what we can play around with, if it's actually better than the original N64 controller. So let me get the other one out, the original, and we'll see a bit of a compare. Now, side by side, there's not much size-wise. We've got on top of each other. It's very much the same depth, width, just missing this middle section with the joystick on. Now, if you'd noticed from another previous video I did, I've actually upgraded this to have one of those already on it. So it does feel and play a lot better as this, but still, is that the way to go? I don't know. But what's actually I'm figuring out now with this, the Z buttons, left and right, and there's only one Z button on here. So that is just a walk around and then bang, bang, bang trigger button. But you've actually got the two, so they're obviously going to do exactly the same. But it's there's a nice motion on that. That is just the button. These are all buttons, but they are increased, so you could use that for an accelerator or something. Hopefully you'd be able to use one and the other, having two buttons, but I wouldn't hold out any hope for that. I mean, go back to the thumbstick. Yeah, that is a new one. It's so smooth. This was the original, which I took out, and it is completely knackered because it's just worn itself down over the years. I've not had this with somebody else, but I did strip it down, get it fixed, swap over. This probably actually would still work, but it doesn't feel like you could play properly on that. That I could feel a lot better. That, I think that's probably better than that. But you've still got your original directional pad, start BA, clear. And I guessed that right, okay. So you got your C buttons, which are up, down, left, right. You've got an additional Z button on the back of here, but also with having a turbo. I guess the turbo mode is on, and then clear would be turbo mode off for this. So very much on the lines of having the old SNES controllers with the turbo buttons on, and your Mega Drive and stuff like that. So yeah, I fancy a little bit of a game. So I need to dig out. Oh, actually, why is the cables in there? And you can see everything, so which is good. I don't really want to strip this down, but you can see inside here a lot. I mean, it's god-awful green. There won't be much in here. There's a chip underneath there. You can see that black blob there. Back of the controller part there. Buttons underneath. Yes, it's a standard board for a controller. Just a chip that'll be programmed for the N64. You might say it will take your memory cards or your rumble packs. So it's quite nice, really. It's a good... Actually, feel-wise, these edge bits, the handle parts, do feel very much similar, but not as rough. There's a slight point in the two screw holes on here. You're missing one there and there, which they've copied, because there's the cutout for it, but never used. So it looks like they have done a really good potential copy of it, but you haven't. But that is a hell of a lot better. That just feel like it does feel too big, to be honest. Compared to some controllers, that is quite a bit bigger. That seems perfectly fine for doing, but it just seems awkward that you're doing that all the time if you're going to do different parts. I'll assume a game will be, yeah, look around, move around and fire with the gun, and you won't have to go, yeah, and hold on a minute. Yeah, but I'm not a full N64 player yet. I've got things to do with the cartridges, got things to do, a couple of things I need to buy for the system, but I quite like that. It just rearranges a little bit. Is it better? Yes, because you can do either with one thumb. Is it better? No, it's too far with one thumb, and that hurts. That will hurt there with long extended gameplay, so hence you'd have to use there. Okay, let me get the N64 plugged in and see if the thing recognises this and does play alright on it. Otherwise, yeah, it'll work. I'm sure it'll work. It's designed to work, Ralph. Cracky. Right, N64 set up. Brawler in. On the screen. So, okay. That seems to work. Like I said, it does feel really light. But let's have a go, shall we? Oh, I don't know who he is.
Welcome.
Thank you. I am welcome.
versus Dion Blaster.
Woohoo!
Ready? Go!
Nope. Okay. Fell over. I don't want any. Okay, so just the camera angle. Well, what use is that? You just race. Oh, radical, obviously. Oh, did it jump? Yup. Okay. I'll try with a thumb pad. Nothing works on a thumb pad. Or directional pad, should I say. I'm going. Am I supposed to do anything on here? It's a turbo button doing. Okay. Well, it seems to work alright. Let's test with the other controller. Just want to see, same game, same outcome.
Versus Dion Blaster.
Okay.
Ready?
Let's try with the original.
Go!
That doesn't seem to do much. So I have to use it that way around. It seems really awkward. But I'm doing better, obviously, because I know what I'm doing a little bit. Oh, god damn it. So you know what I'm doing? Oh, it's snow, dude. So let's try that again. Well, let's put it back on the stand, and I'll give you a bit of a conclusion on this, shall we? Right. What I think is that does feel a lot easier to use. Everything is to hand. That does seem on some level. I'm sure in some games that is really good, because that feels like to me you're holding a pistol, so you can walk, you can aim, you can shoot. That doesn't, but this is how you play games. AB, you prefer ABXY or triangle, circle, whatever, but I'm missing one there. I'm missing another thumbstick there. But these only ran, well, they ran with two, but not with the three like you have nowadays, your D-pad and then two thumbsticks. But for what it cost me, I think that's an absolute bloody bargain, that £17. But it's still, I think it's still lacking an idea or two. Because the weight on this, that's actually, to be honest, there's no weight on that whatsoever. And there's no weight on here either. So there's not much happening inside here. I feel controllers should be a little bit more weighty. The Xbox 360 controller I use is a little bit heavier than this. But yeah, all in all, I think it is an improvement to gameplay for the N64 than the original controller. Whoever invented this must have had a really good idea and thought, we'll do it that way because you can do that, because you can do that, because it's multi-movable depending on what you want to play. And I'm sure that no games are out there for the N64 that use all fingers and whatever's anyway, so there will be different modes to play this. So there are other controls out there I'd love to get hold of. There's that Sega Saturn one that I've actually got projects for my Sega Saturn anyway to do. There's the massive, stupidly large round controller for it. I would love to get an Atari Jaguar in here, and that controller is epic in its stupidity and the size of it, but I don't know. I've never touched one. I've never used one. An Expo this year, I'm gonna do some more playing on consoles instead of arcade games, I think. But this was a full video about the Brawler 64, and I think, yeah, it's really good. If you can get hold of one now, then do get hold of one, because it does help a lot of your gameplay out on your N64. If not, keep struggling with the old one. But there are other alternatives, I'm sure, anyway, that maybe you can get an adapter for this, which you can change your PlayStation to put into this. But it's nice having not an original controller, a revamped one, with a thought behind it to actually make it work pretty well. With a see-through funky green. That's really green. There were one on the, I think there were one of the blue ones. I think it went for about 30 quid. So that's why I bought this one for 17. Because it was cheaper and I play on it, and that's all I need. I'm not collecting it. This will be used on the N64. So, yeah. It is green, isn't it? So anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed that, and if it's inspired you to go and find one, have a look on eBay, have a look on your gaming markets. There's one in Doncaster pretty soon. They're all over the country, the game markets. Any sort of boot sales or anything like that, if you want to find one, go out, do something, fix it up, upgrade, and get something like this. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.